Hello, I'm a stupid doggy, and I am here to show you my stupid, stupid castle that I stupidly built. I don't know why it's so stupid, but here's the castle. So, first there's this little sort of outer area transitional path. I got this little relaxation nook. Ponder this orb, if you would. Growing lots of wisteria around here, as you'll see. To this first courtyard, where the Waygate resides, and this teleporter, which would bring you to the hub of other teleporters. Lots of trees, planters. This is a very garden-focused castle, as all of mine are, because it's like one of the main ways you can make your castles look good in this game. Also, here's my cool vampire and her cool plate armor that she isn't actually wearing, because she's wearing the shadow and stuff, but... here's the smithing area. We'll get an overview to make the castle a little more understandable once we have the sun fuck off. We've got this little entrance over here, and pass through under the fabricator, which I like. This is a fun little detail here that I'm fond of. Testing your weaponry. I'm kind of just waiting for the sun to go down. I like to make my castles look good, even in bad form. And I think I've done a pretty good job of that with this one. So here is the whole estate. I love sky bridges, like hanging bridges, whatever, like this, so much. I love that architectural feature in anything. Told you, very garden focused. Very garden focused. See. Very open plan as well, to kind of lean into that garden theme. Alright. So we can go over this way. Let's start. Let's outwards in. Okay. So we got this little garden in here with the mausoleum over there that we'll get to in a minute. The stable is where you would put a horse, like this one. Find a horse.
Bend to my will.
Look around. Get a good angle. Lots of hay, as you would imagine. Here's my horse. Horse name of Moonbeam. Because vampires love that shit. Okay, here. This is where you as a human would pass through, or a vampire. Little storage room. Mostly for roleplay, but it hosts this teleporter, which I thought was a place to put it. It's like, oh, I stuck it there because I didn't know where else to put it. So I was stuck in storage, you know. It's funny. So this next little courtyard. This is the, like, primary herb garden, basically. This is where the majority of the herbs are, although they are, as you have seen, everywhere. This mausoleum with this vermin nest in it, because it didn't fit in my alchemy lab. There's tailoring, as you'll see in a moment. Tailoring. Would you believe it? You do tailoring in here. And this is more of a roleplay focused room. I plan to rebuild this in a roleplay server. This is where my two finest servants that I don't have in single player because I don't bother with servants in single player would get to live in opulence, as in their little guard tower overlooking the entrances to the castle. Got a little jacuzzi here, and they can play chess. They have refreshments, you know. Here. So this kind of building is mostly thoroughfare, but it's got an arena and a let's stop here for a second. Oops, didn't need to do that. It's got this little nook to rest before or after coming up or down from the main building, which we will get to. That's a whole other segment that will be after these buildings. This is all thoroughfare that passes through to here, which is the arena. Just enough space. I'm working with limited tiles because most RP servers have a pretty strict tile limit because the castles get so elaborate. So like I'm working on like under 500 tiles. We had to squish a lot together here, but I also got pretty indulgent with those tiles as you see here. It's another little stop spot before you go into the or out of the alchemy lab, which I'm pretty happy with. A little balcony, because there's lots of these because I love balconies. Can I see the whole... You could theoretically see the whole place if the perspective really allowed you to do so. Here's that bridge I was talking about that I love so much, and the one below it as well. Pass over that later. The workshop. A little woodworking nook over here, and redistribution engines. Gem cutting. And that was smithing, so we already saw smithing. Here's that lovely bridge I adore so much. Which we can take up to here. The main building and the main hall, indeed. This is the sort of church/throne room, as you can see barely up here. It's kind of hard to see from the perspective, but it'll look cool later. This is where the servants would gather to hear their missions before they all go off, theoretically. In-universe, whatever, RP, whatever, blah blah blah. This is the esteemed meeting room for other vampires and special servants and whatever. For more quiet talks. I don't think I properly emphasized the chest nook out there. I'm going to do that later. There is an incredible chest location that must be displayed. There's this, which is the occult lab, sort of a ritual area. Very spooky. Lots of knowledge, lots of books, as you would expect. This is where you summon things. You can block them in. Where I mostly have summoned 1 billion fucking blood treants. These little statues here. Now our other servants' quarters, which is where the majority of the servants are. Very well decorated. This vampire takes care of their servants. You see, not totally unreasonable, although they are a little harsh with their prisoners, as you will see later. We got grapes, surely the finest. Oh, I can't pass there. Down into here, we have the vault. The castle heart, which is a little hungry at the moment, but whatever. Fish, knowledge, gems, tailoring, 1 of 2 devourers, lots of raw materials. We've got raw materials, hard materials, precious materials. Got bottles and blood essence here, alchemy stuff, plant-related things over here. Blood, all well sorted. Equipment. And this is like a little backroom area that contains the teleporters. It's supposed to feel like kind of a rough, like, transitional area that isn't like meant to be like super opulent. It's intended to feel a little bit like basement-y, you know. I think that comes across. We've got this prisoner chamber here, 1 of 2. There's a big old mutant deer in there. I've got quite the motley crew of prisoners, you see. There's There's a deer in there. There's a guy with a torch. I let him keep that. Just a wolf. A sick wolf. This guy. A bat. Let's go quickly to the chestnut so I can show it off before I forget. Because it's a funny element. I want you to see it, okay? I want you to see it. Just like right here. This area where you would do battle by moonlight. Very serious. Overlooks this canyon. It's important shit. I don't know why I didn't take this teleporter. It's much faster, whatever. Shut up. Okay. Here. Up here. We have these gardens. Sort of little balcony gardens that overlook that inlet there. The throne. Looking up at the library and down at the next area. And this mirrored side over here. And this leads up here. Which another mirrored element on the other side. To the library, which is probably my favorite room of all of them, honestly. I love the color scheme. I did a pretty good job decorating it. And I especially love, like, the way it looks over this, the way it, like, makes a little box around the throne room. The way it, like, hangs here, like, it looks like it's overhanging above the next area down, because there's so much, like, open space. We've got these little rows of books on both sides. Little lounging area. To this garden, with this little ritual area where you might take one of those books and put it on this pedestal and look at the moon and do some kind of ritual or whatever. Lots more gardens, places to sit and read. There's willows with braziers and planters back here. Alright, don't mind me yawning. Up here to this little recreation meeting area for more relaxed, quieter, esteemed guests. You might relax by the fire, have some warm blood. This another pool balcony area where you can overlook the whole estate. Personal quarters. And another balcony. And another teleport on it for ease of reach. I think that's just about everything. I'm very proud of this thing. It took me quite a lot of work. It's hard. A lot of it is like just frankly trying to fucking decide like how to use the same furniture over and over, because there's not that much to work with in this game. But it turned out pretty damn good, I think. One more little very fond of this one. It's my favorite castle of mine so far. I never figured out a place for those shard pedestals. Don't worry about it. Thank you for watching.